hoop earrings, I lost one. And of course,
And
they're not at all matching.
we're live now talking about earrings.
Well, I'm talking about lost earrings. They're like lost socks.
All right.
A little harder.
So Erica was bemoaning the fact that she only had one of her fabulous big earrings left, and now you have two. So I don't know when you got did you get a replacement or did you get two
Well,
new
no,
ones?
these are the gold colored ones. It was the silver colored ones that I lost one.
Oh, I understand.
I was hoping it was caught in my voluminous cowl, but it wasn't.
I've had that happen where I've lost one earring. Andrew got me beautiful little earrings in France, and they didn't have backy things to them, and one of them fell out.
Oh, danger.
So I don't know what to do about that, because I mean, I have two ears. I suppose I could get all jiggy with it and wear two different earrings. I have a third hole here. Maybe that'll be all asymmetrical.
Well, so do I. So that's good for little.
Yeah, but mine are all they were all droppy things.
Yeah.
Meh.
And AT, actually, I have seen sets of 3 earrings.
That would be a very good thing to have. Yes.
Jays. So, what's new in your world?
We're having a kerfuffle right now with our school. Okay. Barbara, you know what? Maybe we should all post our singleton earrings. We should all take pictures of them and post them online. And if anybody has anything that's similar that they could, fake it, because you only really see one side of the head at a time.
We could do instead of a mini skein swap, we could do a single earring swap.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Because we've all got it, right? We've all got this problem.
Probably.
And AT said next time she makes earrings for someone, she'll make the extra.
And once in a while, you can get away with using it as a Christmas tree ornament. But these ones I have singles of right now would look pretty ridiculous. It would look like I hung an earring on the tree.
Yeah.
So it would
be
weird.
Mine would definitely look odd, but. No. But we're having a kerfuffle with our school board right now because someone who is on the school board posted something really rather snarky and mean publicly on the Facebook.
Not grown up.
No, right? And that's exactly the conversation that we were having this morning, was that there's, I don't care what people think in their head, but I don't think it is unreasonable to expect us to treat each other, politely, with basic respect, and do what your kindergarten teacher told you to do when you're in public. Well, evidently, I'm alone.
School board role model. Your whole big focus is the kids and education. What are you teaching the kids by?
Absolutely, walk it if you're going to talk it. Well, and the thing that this guy slammed was, evidently there is a symbol going around on the interwebs that of a safety pin, and it's supposed to be an anti-bullying.
Right, I'm a safe place and blah blah blah. Yeah.
So he did one of the precious snowflakes comments, but didn't stop there and went on to say, perhaps this is great that you guys are posting these safety pins over your faces on Facebook, because maybe you're going to need a safety pin to suture yourself when you get punched in the face.
No.
Yeah. So at the school board meeting earlier this week, parents and kids got up to speak. And it turns out that there's no way to actually remove a school board member. They have to resign. And my comment this morning at breakfast was, I don't know that I would expect someone who made a comment like that to be man enough to own up to it and resign. He made kind of a blanket apology at the beginning of the meeting. But kids got up to speak and said, look, I don't feel safe at school because you're giving license to people who could want to and might even find a way to hurt me. And this is supposed to be a safe place. And I thought,
and however you feel about it, and
exactly,
however, your whatever your views and all it, that's out of line.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
It's
it's like basic human decency.
even if someone thinks there should be a wall, racist comments are out of line.
Exactly.
Different.
Thank you.
It just,
yeah,
that's really unfortunate. That's just out of line.
Yeah. And all it does every time I see stuff like this, the thing that keeps me going is I keep thinking, well, on Tuesday, I'll be able to talk to people who aren't dangerous and crazy. And every time I get emails from people who listen to CraftLit, I get all sorts of wonderful images of all of these people who are stable and sane and know how to treat each other respectfully. And thank God, because I seem to be alone in this. Everybody else just feels like they're isolated and that the world has gone and lost its mind. But I know it hasn't because I have access to all of the CraftLit people. And you guys are awesome.
Yeah. And Toshi, I agree. It is brave of the kids to stand up.
Yeah, I was really impressed because they were not seniors, the two kids that I saw, which is AT, it doesn't mean that we can't be snarky. It just means that we're snarky in a way that doesn't necessarily appropriately snarky. Like, for example, you could be snarky about Willoughby.
Like this. Can you see this?
I like that. Knitting juice.
This was handmade, custom for me for my birthday from my friend Clarice, who is, I think, bringing another load of laundry in from the car. She comes over once a week to do her laundry, and today she and Sarah are going to be baking Christmas cookies and stuff. And any crazed scrabbling you hear in the background is the puppy on the wood floors being excited that it's here.
This is a good thing. Actually,
leads me to something that lots of people know already, but some probably don't. I got a puppy for my birthday.
You officially got your puppy.
Yes, it made me puddle up. So Andrew got up early in the morning and left the room for a few minutes, but longer than I would expect for the usual, get up in the morning thing.
Right.
And he came back in. I said, "What took so long?" He said, "Oh, I had to let the dog out and blah, blah, blah." So the dog comes trotting in the room and bounds up onto the bed. And I look at her and there's a pink bow on her collar.
Oh, sweet.
So I looked at Andrew. I said, "Really?" And he said, "Sure."
Good, Andrew.
I got a puppy for my birthday. Yay!
Yay.
And, yes, everyone's inner 6-year-old is jumping around like sugar crazies, says Tara. She's definitely not without cost. She has murdered 2 pillows.
Not to mention your skeins.
Andrew's favorite pillow pet that looks like a bear of the Oakland Raiders. It was a bloody death. Well, see, the skeins she didn't ruin, she just tangled them.
Right.
And I have a friend who loves untangling yarn bark. All right, then. So if I get it to her, she'll have fun with it.
Right.
Free entertainment. But she's murdered 2 pillows. She chewed through a brand new pair of Abby's jeans. Not good. Only $25 jeans, not some crazy $50 jeans or something. And she killed a pair of Beats.
Wow. That
and as Andrew put it, you'd feel more about it if it was your stuff she was wrecking.
Yeah, that might be true, but yikes. Well, she did wreck some of yours.
We've learned to leave the bedroom doors closed if we're not in there. And quiet. She can a pair of Beats. They're I've actually worn them before. The white headphones I've worn.
Aren't they Dr. Dre's?
Yeah, Beats by Dr. Dre. They are not cheap.
Yeah.
Not cheap.
Yeah.
but now we got them for free, so I guess you could say they were. And he has actually figured out a workaround. But what she did was she managed to pull out and break into pieces the cord. But he found a cord that he could insert that works.
Wow.
So he found it around because he's Mr. Fix-It. But
well, I have a sugar crazy thing to share, which I rarely.
Oh, we like sugar crazies. Tell us sugar crazy.
Rarely
We're
ever
all
do.
over the map today. That's fine.
So I will post a link to this woman's Facebook page because she's a mom here in town, but she has a Facebook page for her business. And I mushed this slightly on top, which is tragic. But I walked in, we met for breakfast. We walked in for breakfast because we had a little mom group. And she said, eat the peanut brittle right now. And it's super crazy thick peanut brittle. And it's got pistachios and almonds and pecans. I don't know if you can see.
I can see it clearly enough to know that it looks wonderful.
That looks wonderful. Well, that's only the start, because the thing that I can't eat that somebody else is going to be able to eat is that.
Oh, because gluten?
Yeah, it's glutinous, but that is like a perfectly iced cookie. It looks like it is made in a professional plant.
That's adorable. Beyond
Right?
adorable. I could never
in
my lifetime accomplish something like that.
No.
That is so far beyond me.
Yeah, no, completely. And so she does, she does cakes, she does cookies, she does all of the stuff. So I think for Thing Two's bar mitzvah, we're going to wind up having her do the cake. Yes, I know. It makes me make the yummy sounds because it looks really, really nice. And it's, it's just perfectly frosted. It's beautiful. But it made me remember that I learned a toffee recipe back 1,000 years ago that was crazy easy. And I think what it was, I was going to look it up online and then I got distracted. I think it was a cup of sugar and a cup of butter, and you mix that together. And I think they actually did it in the microwave the first time, but I did it in a saucepan. So it was just a cup of sugar and a cup of butter, and you mix it until it gets thick and caramely and stuff. And then you dump it in a 9x13 pan, a well buttered 9x13 pan, and just smack chunks of Hershey's bar, like s'mores Hershey's bar on top, and walk away, because the heat from the toffee underneath melts the chocolate. And then you come back like 5 minutes later with a spatula and just go on the top, and you're done. Easy.
I didn't
homemade
hear
toffee.
that. I did not need to hear that.
I don't know if it would work with Splenda. I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No,
you need the crystalline
with
structure.
It's kind of like near beer. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, but there's no there to really enjoy. But I will double check myself on that chemistry, and if I am wrong, I will repost the information, because it makes it really easy if you have to take cookies or desserts somewhere for a potluck or something, and you don't have time. You do have time to do this.
Right. Speaking of desserts and time, did you see the picture of the birthday cake that Sarah and Abby made for me? Even though I don't eat cake, my mother put them in charge of the dessert for Thanksgiving Day, which this year it happened to fall on my birthday. Did you see the picture of the cake that they made?
No. Was it on Facebook?
Holy cow. I can't screen share, so let me see if I can do this.
Tara said she saw it.
Yeah, Tara, was that ridiculous? I still go back and look at the picture because I'm so impressed.
Do you have the picture on your computer?
Oh.
Because if you do, open Slack and stick it in the Slack window, and then I can share it.
But I don't have Slack on my computer.
I can open my messages thing. You could message it to me.
This probably won't work. I don't know. Oh, you can't really see it.
Tilt the top of your phone down. Almost. That's closer. Is it a hat?
No, it's.
Now you're
Can
going to
I,
have to describe it
if
with
I
your words.
text it
Use
to you,
your
can you
words,
show
Erica.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me text it to you.
Technology, man. I tell you what. Oh, you saw it on Instagram. I haven't opened anything even remotely like social media for several weeks now.
It's just beyond. If I can figure out. Sorry, it's taking me a while.
No problem. I will be able to show everyone shortly.
Old lady brain here.
Yes, live streaming with my father-in-law yesterday started off fabulously, and then he had to change one thing, and the hour and a half of audio testing that Thing 2 and I did over the weekend went poof, and we lost, I don't know, 20 minutes of audio.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, good. But it was probably the least important or dangerous of the constitutional things. So if you guys didn't get the memo on the CraftLit newsletter, my father-in-law and I are doing, along with Short Stuff. Hang on, I'm trying to get the. Oh, I see why. We're doing a new podcast called The Weekly Constitutional, in which we will do to the Constitution what we do to CraftLit every week, and break it down bit by bit and give it context, because my father-in-law, being a lawyer, he actually knows stuff like he knows precedent. If the part of the yeah, like yesterday we were talking about the part that talks about the Electoral College, and for anybody who's listened to the Hamilton soundtrack, this is an integral part of the second act, where Jefferson and Burr are running for president, and Jefferson gets the most votes and Burr gets the second most votes, which makes Jefferson the president and Burr the vice president. So you have two people who are competing against each other, who are now supposed to work together, and that didn't last very long.
No.
Yeah, it was the 12th Amendment that took it away. So the first 10 were right away, and then by number 12 that stopped. But he actually knows that kind of thing, and then he has a broad picture of how jurisprudence has changed over time in the multiple different ways that the Constitution has been read and interpreted. And for anyone who lives outside of the country, it becomes really interesting, I think, because the American Constitution was unique at the time, but it wasn't our first one. First, we had the instead of the Constitution, we had the Articles of Confederation.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, all this stuff starts to come back from high school, and you're like, why did that not work?
It's been years since I took U.S. history.
It's been a little while for me too, which is why it's great having him around, because he remembers all this stuff. And so he can talk about the Articles of Confederation and how the Constitution changed and what this did and what countries borrowed these pieces from us or from other places, and why the French Constitution is different, because they did the Declaration of the Rights of Man, and what Napoleon did with the country was parallel but different. So anyway, this week the audio sucked. Next week it will rock the free world, because next week we're going to do one that's kind of important, equal protection under the law, which is
cool.
Which is one of the ones that people don't understand very well and is kind of important. And I'm going to share the picture while you talk, Erica.
Oh yes, that's the picture. No, what hit me when you were talking is, so yesterday the tickets for Hamilton in San Francisco went on sale and sold out in a couple of hours.
I'm surprised it took a couple of hours.
Yeah, but apparently the advanced placement U.S. history teacher at our high school has, and the AP U.S. history class is going to get to go see it for free.
Is it for free, or is it your audio popped out?
For free.
The teacher's paying for them?
No, they got connection to be able to see it for free. somebody knew somebody, and they are able to see it for free.
Wow. Because I know in
are $100.
Well, I know that in New York and Chicago, and I think in Los Angeles, but I don't know about anywhere else. I don't know about San Diego. I don't know about San Francisco. The Rockefeller Foundation stepped in and they said for any kids who are taking American government or American history, it's a ham for ham. That's where this came from. The
Right.
$10 for a Hamilton ticket, and the cast was very clear that this was important enough to them that not only were they going to do special shows for the kids, which means they were doing 9 shows a week instead of 8, which is
Right.
it's almost a 3-hour show.
Right.
But then they also had the first row of the theater every night reserved for lottery ticket winners, and so you had a chance every day to throw your name in a hat to get a $10 ticket to go see Hamilton
Nice.
from the front row. And they've
Nice.
talked about seeing the people in the front row, the age ranging from, tweens all the way up to well into their 80s and 90s, and seeing these people weeping with just joy because some of them had never been to a Broadway show before.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that most of the kids at our high school had not. So
Yeah.
And it apparently the teacher emailed the parents and said, if your kids come home from school today and say that they're going to get to see Hamilton, they have not lost their minds.
which honestly, I would need that email to not look at my kids and go,
It's like, yeah, right,
him.
kid. Sure,
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah. Because the scalpers are making a well, they've done everything they can to stop the scalpers, but I don't know. For those of you who have not listened to the Hamilton soundtrack, if you've heard anything about it and all you've heard is that it's a hip hop musical, that's partially true. But if you go on YouTube and you Google "You'll Be Back" plus Hamilton, you probably only have to do "You'll Be Back" plus Jonathan Groff, and you will not hear a hip hop song. And it's because Lin-Manuel Miranda, who wrote the show, tailored the music to the character. So the King has kind of a Beatles style number. He has a reprise of it twice, and funny. He is very funny. And then the guy who plays Lafayette, the first time you hear him, he's trying to keep up. Yeah, I know, Lafayette. The first time he's trying to keep up with everybody, and he can't quite do it because his English isn't very good. And the second time you see him, he's been kicking butt in the war and really has learned his way around the United States, or what was going to be the United States shortly. And the next time you hear him, he has one of the fastest strings of words put together that I have ever heard. And the words aren't easy. It's, I'm taking this horse by the rein, making red coats redder with bloodstains, and I'm never going to stop until I rip them up and burn them up and scatter their remains. And then he goes into, I'm Lafayette. Watch me escaping them, enraging them, engaging them. I go to France with more funds. I come back with more guns and ships. And so the balance shifts. And then the whole tone of it changes because Washington walks on stage and Washington takes over every time he's on stage. And the music changes. So it is well worth a listen, but only.
And really don't let the hip hop thing put you off, because it grew on me. I don't like hip hop.
I'm not a hip hopper. I'm old.
And when I first heard it, like, but because my kids were so on fire about it, and I listened to it a few times, it grew on me.
Yeah.
And now they get annoyed if I sing along, or if I'll randomly pop out with something like a minute ago with the Lafayette, if something happens and, I pop up with work.
I know, work. I cannot stop myself every once in a while from turning to when somebody says something that is just appalling or weird or out of line, where I'll turn and say, what? Which is one of Jefferson's, it is a particularly Jeffersonian thing to say. Which is the other thing that you'll be surprised by if you listen to it. I was going to say, I caution you, listen to it on YouTube where you can see the lyrics because they go by so quickly and they're
Yeah.
so crucial. Lin-Manuel said that Alexander Hamilton wrote
Yeah, the
more
word's
than
important.
he wrote more than any other founding father ever. And his wife and sister couldn't actually document, with the help of their children, couldn't document all of his writing that he left behind before they died. And they had 50 years. So he fit a lot of writing and a lot of words into a very short, brief lifetime. And Lin-Manuel said the only song that you can do, because, Broadway ballads don't go fast with the lyric thing. The only way to pack enough words in was to use hip hop. And they do. They absolutely do.
Yes.
Anyway, what have you been making with sticks and yarn?
Okay, so I finished the socks.
Oh, those are cute.
Aren't they awesome?
Yes.
I know they look really long and skinny, but they do fit my size 8 feet.
They just won't,
and this is,
fall down.
The Patton's Croy FX sock yarn. So a pair of hand knit socks for $12. So
that's not bad.
Twins, Tara. I like fraternal twins. So that got finished. Yay. I haven't woven it. Oh, and I actually wove in the ends on them before I wore them. Amazing. I don't know how many pairs of hand knit socks I have that I wear with the string hanging down. But this I have not woven in the ends on yet. Sarah's friend, sister is having a baby, and Sarah asked me to make something, and it's a girl, so I made these little booties.
Oh, those are cute. Is that a pattern you made or came up with?
No, the pattern is on Ravelry. It's called Ellie's Perfect Booties.
Oh.
And this is Cascade Quattro. I thought it was Cascade 220, but it's Cascade Quattro, which is basically the same thing.
Right.
But I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I think you can. How it's kind of red and pink.
Yes. Oh, the color on that is actually spectacular.
Which I just love. And so these were really cute. But then I thought, yeah, they're cute, but booties, that's not enough. So I pulled out the 5-hour baby sweater pattern and did it without sleeves.
And was it actually 5 hours?
I didn't keep track. I don't know. So I got to weave in the ends and take it to the yarn store and get some buttons, because I have 2 buttonholes on it in around the middle-ish. Those are cute. So, and let's see if you can see the coloring again. Yeah.
Now, whose yarn is that?
It's Cascade. Cascade, my favorite Cascade.
That is fantastic.
Oh, and speaking of, that's right. That's one thing I didn't pull out is I got back from Abby the prop that I made for when they did a doll's house. They needed a prop. Yeah. I made a prop. They needed a knitting in progress prop. So I started a garter stitch scarf.
I love that. It's very Harry Potter.
And because they were setting it in like the 50s or early 60s, I used straight needles to be more authentic. So, and then when I got it back, I kept knitting on it because I was like, well, it's so far in, I don't want to just unravel it. So this will eventually be a very plain garter stitch scarf. This is Cascade 220. And I'm probably going to put some appliques or embroidery on it. Oh, that I think that'll be nice. So that was my prop thing. And then it hasn't all arrived yet, but I got not one but 2 Webs gift cards for my birthday. Nice. Very excited. And one from a friend who was terribly disappointed that Webb's wouldn't let her get me a $52 gift card for my 52nd birthday. I thought that was a riot. So I ended up getting this really cute Erin Lane bag, which I'm hoping isn't sold out or anything, because I placed that order on the 24th and it hasn't arrived yet. But the order I placed on the 28th has arrived.
Whoa.
And that was some sock rockets.
Nice.
Because I do mine 2 at a time on 2 needles.
Yep.
And all you really need is a 16-incher, so you're not sliding them forever.
Right.
And I don't know if the camera can do this justice, but this is a skein of Madeline Tosh.
I love her stuff.
Tosh sock.
Is that all charcoal, variations of charcoal?
It's like gray and black and blue.
Yeah, those midnight colors. I think I got a skein of that a couple years back.
It's the color is called Thunderstorm.
Nice.
And, I just thought that this would be just such wonderful socks, and I've never tried Madeline Tosh before, so that was my thing was, what am I going to get? And I knew that particular friend would want me to get something yummy that I haven't tried before, so I get that. And again with the knitting juice, that was a very special gift.
I wondered if that was new. I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, no, my friend made it for me. So those are that kind of craftiness. In the after Thanksgiving sale, we scored an Instant Pot.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wait, an Instant Pot. That's the thing I got. That's the electronic pressure cooker. That's
right.
What I make yogurt in.
Pressure cooker.
Slow cooker.
Slow cooker, yogurt, steamer.
All of the
now,
everything.
From what I've read, for doing yogurt, they want you to get glass jars and stuff. I'm like, I'm not buying extra equipment to make yogurt. I'll just keep making my yogurt in my slow cooker.
Oh yeah. No.
That's no big deal.
You don't even sort of have to do
really?
any. Yeah, no, the people who are telling you that you have to do the jars and stuff are the same people who are telling you have to do jars and a water bath and the whole thing if you do it in your
crock pot?
Stovetop, that if you're going to do it stovetop, not your fabulous crock pot method. But it's I have taken pictures of this. I may even be able to pull them up while you talk. You pour in your gallon of milk, you push the yogurt button, it says boil, and you say, okay, go ahead and boil this for me, and it does. And then it beeps, and you go and you stick a thermometer in it, and you want it to get to 115 degrees, so it cools off to the point that it won't kill the bacteria. So that's fine. And then once it goes to 115 or lower, you stir in your yogurt with the live culture, and you put the lid on, and you put the pressure on, because it's not actually going to get hot enough to let any pressure out anyway, or to build up any pressure anyway. And you put it on 10 hours. It defaults to 8. Move it up to 10. And so, yeah, you press yogurt. It'll say boil. You press it again, and it says YOGT. And then do the plus button until it says 10 hours, and walk away until it beeps, and then strain it like you always do. It's that simple. It requires almost 5 whole minutes of my time to make a gallon of yogurt.
Yeah, it's not much difference in the how much effort is involved between that and when I do it in the crock pot. But I have been loving the Instant Pot. I made beans, which I didn't put enough water. I should have put more water. They would have come out better. I made chili, which, chili takes hours and hours, and I made it in like half an hour. I have made rice a few times. I'm still trying to fine tune to get it just right, just the way I want it. because we use brown rice. We don't eat white rice. And then I made a pork loin. I just cut it in half and did 2 pieces in there so it would fit. I've done green beans a couple of times. And I followed a recipe for Instant Pot macaroni and cheese.
Ooh.
That apparently was really good, but I'm sorry, it used, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it actually used too much cheese. If I were to do it again, I would not use, it used a whole pound of cheddar. Plus more, like that just, that's just too much.
Yeah, you could probably have cut that.
Too expensive. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cheese is not meant to be expensive. But I hear it was
not supposed
really
to break the bank. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, I hear. And I want to say there was something else, but I can't think what it was.
We did a turkey breast. I put a frozen whole turkey breast because we did our Thanksgiving in Chicago, but I still want my turkey soup and stuff. So, so that's a problem. So I decided I didn't want to get a whole turkey and go with all of that. But I got I don't know, several pounds worth of frozen turkey on the bone turkey breast, and I cut two onions in half and placed them on the bottom of the Instant Pot like trivet legs, and then just plonked the frozen turkey breast on that, and put garlic salt, paprika, and sage over it, and close that sucker up and put it on the slow cooker on low for 8 hours. I got almost on in a container like that, so a big fat drink, we got about that much gravy once it was cooked down.
Wow.
Because nothing escapes. It is like a pressure cooker. Even though it's doing slow cooking, it's very well sealed. You don't get any steam anywhere. It's amazing. You can cook an entire chicken, frozen or not, in start to finish in under half an hour. I love pressure cookers. That.
Now, with all that liquid coming out of the meat, was the meat still juicy?
So good. Okay. And it would have been better if I had done what we do to regular turkeys when we roast them. We get butter, and mix a mess load of herbs and garlic and stuff into the butter. And then it's really pretty disgusting and it can't be frozen. And just get gobs of butter on our hands and then stick it up underneath the skin. Yeah.
Right.
Which is that Gordon Ramsay. I think he's the one who I read first. I'm sure people have been doing this for 1,000 years. And then you kind of mush
butter
it.
And rosemary and
sage. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think if I had done that, the turkey would have been even more moist. But yeah, I couldn't believe that you could have juicy turkey and a dumpster gallon's worth of juice. And Tara, it's definitely something to ask for Christmas. My dad gave me and my sister actually.
Yes,
both
get it when they have the big sale.
Yeah,
definitely, because we got it for $68 instead of $120.
Oh, fantastic! Was that Black Friday that you got that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we had been eyeballing it for a long time, and then Black Friday was $68, so we pulled the trigger on it. And so that's my Christmas present early.
I think that's marvelous.
The dog is my birthday present. The Instant Pot is my Christmas present, and I'm okay with that.
I think so. I think you won.
I did. And I think the other thing I won at was writing Christmas cards. These are just the ones that we're going to mail out. I got to take them to the post office today. Wow. I went through over 100 stamps. Need to buy a few more stamps. And then there's all the hand deliver ones.
Wow.
I try to be smart, and we have a large Christmas service this weekend, which is normally our church meets more locally in smaller groups, locally in the areas where people live. but a few times a year we get everybody from all the Bay Area counties together and have a big hoop-de-doo. And one of the times we do it is at Christmas time. So I always make sure I get my Christmas cards done before that so that I can save on postage by passing them to people I don't see every week, but, you know, have known for years and years, you know, because there's, having been in the Bay Area for so long and in the same church for almost 35 years, I kind of know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, you know, and a large portion of them used to be my roommates at one time.
That's awesome, though.
Girls meet a woman they haven't met before, they go, let me guess, she was one of your roommates.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
They're often right. So yeah. So I've got all those to hand out, which I will have to somehow find a way to do, even though I'll be working the 1-year-olds class. So
oh. Yeah, that's a job.
It's actually pretty easy because a lot of people tend for the Christmas shebang not to put their little ones in class, to just keep the little ones with them.
Good.
Waves. I mean, just like there's waves of weddings, there's waves of births. So we get waves of kids moving into the 1-year-old class. We used to, honestly, we used to get easily 60 kids in that class when it was a big congregational service. 60 kids in the 1-year-old class.
Whoa.
But that's way down. We don't even get 20 now, usually.
Right.
And you figure we have at that age a 2-to-1 ratio where one teacher for every 2 kids. It takes a lot of people to staff it too.
Right.
So anyway, I digress.
The Christmas card thing, though, made me remember the thing I was going to share on the podcast this week, and I was actually just looking for my sample of it, which I think Thing 2 ran off with because it was pictures of him. There are several apps that you can get. Some of them are both iOS and Android. Some are only Android, some are only iOS. But I've only been able to test the iOS ones, and they allow you to send a paper postcard from your phone for under $2. And that's everything. That's the printing. So you take a picture and you say, like at Thanksgiving, we had people who couldn't come to Thanksgiving. So we took a family photo, and I went and sat down, took me 5 minutes, and I was able to send them individual postcards with individualized messages. Some of the apps even make the font like a handwriting font so that it looks like you handwrote it. They let you sign your name for real so that it is really you. And some of them will let you do both.
If I handwrote it, no one would be able to read it.
Well, that's the thing with me too. So I'm happy to pick the font. That's just fine. But some of them, like for the bar mitzvah that's coming up, because in March we're going to do the next bar mitzvah. I think we're going to do the save the date cards and do it with goofy pictures of the boy on the front, and I can just punch in everybody's address or pull it in from the contact list.
That's cool.
And boom, the whole thing is done for me. So it's kind of like the Snapfish thing that people have done over the years, but it's a couple of steps easier. Which
we do the picture cards every year, and we use Shutterfly, and because we've been using them for so long, we always get special discounts in the snail mail for like recurring customers. And you can combine those with the specials that they have listed on the website.
No.
So
no one lets you do that. Nobody lets you combine.
It oh my gosh, it's amazing. I got 225 cards for under $70. And that's including getting them shipped to me, because there's free ship. So that's amazing to me that you know, for 60 something bucks, the 225 big picture cards. So
that's pretty cool.
They are. Well, it'll be a spoiler, but I'll show you anyway.
Ha! Yay! Sneak peek.
And yes, Honey made it onto the card, even though I ordered the cards before my birthday, before I knew she was staying. So we have Sarah at the Pacific Crest Trail, Sarah beating up the bad guy, Sarah as Batgirl beating up the bad guy from Arrow. One of the bad guys. She just corrected me. Sarah graduating. Me with the Easter Bunny, who was actually Andrew in costume. Us at the wedding that Andrew officiated. Us in July, all bundled up on the beach. Andrew and Honey. Abby at camp. Abby in the Campanile on the Berkeley campus, and Abby as the voice of Audrey 2 in Little Shop. So
yay.
Much fun. I save pictures through the year that are especially good that I think might end up on the card, so it's easier for me to find them when it's time.
Where do you save them always, when you save them?
I have a special folder in my pictures folder that I just dump them in.
That's cool.
And then, but then it has to go through an approval process. Each kid has to approve the pictures of them so that I don't have mass rebellion afterwards. And there are times when it takes several rounds to get them, get a final card.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a picture of the two of them girls together approved because they didn't like the picture that I had that was so good.
That's what's going to happen to me this year.
You know, there was another one of the four of us that they were like, or, you know, really great one of Sarah from her graduation. She's like, oh, that's a terrible picture. I don't like it. So, of course, she didn't really sound like that. I'm just saying that because she can hear me. But
audio on my end just started to sound like an alien. I don't know if it's sounding like an alien to anyone else. Do I sound like an alien to you?
No, but that was me for a minute. I went, nah, nah, nah. So
no, I mean you sound like a Dalek. Exterminate.
Celebrate.
Oh.
Which, Clarice, did you bring the lights?
Yes, I did.
Please say yay. So we have a fake tree that we've had for years now, and the lights, 3/4 of the lights are dead. But this is not the year for us to shell out the bucks for a new tree.
Yeah.
So our dear friend Clarice is loaning us some lights to throw on the tree today so that then we can finally put the ornaments up. And we need to put away the bins of the decorations, but the decorations are up.
Did you go tree shopping this weekend? Oh, wait, hang on. I've got to click on you. Did you go tree shopping this weekend?
No, but we just not the time for us to be buying a new tree.
Oh,
so
right.
We have old stockings with our Nutcracker stocking holders up on the over full bookcase. We have the naked tree waiting. We have, I can't get there because the return of the desk is out, but we have 6 stockings hung on the mantle with care. One for each of us, one for Paul, one for the dog. We have our Advent calendar. Well, our secular Advent calendar, which says Christmas countdown on it. And quilt on the couch. One year my mom got quilts for each of us on Overstock. They had these, they're about the size of a lap throw quilts. And so she got 4 different ones. They gave us each one for Christmas. So they kind of cheer up the place. You know, we take my wool blanket off my chair and put my Christmas quilt on there every year and all that. So Christmas threw up in here the other day. So yeah.
So
and that's not even all the decorations we own. We just didn't put them all out because I couldn't deal.
So my setup has devolved into I can tell when you're talking, but mostly I'm reading your lips. I can't actually hear what you're saying because you've left the Dalek community and gone into ELO, actually, is what I think it probably sounds most like. Like I can tell that you're laughing, but I can't actually hear anything else. I think it's because my husband is home and wasn't able to get offline. He started a new job, which means his days and hours are different. Yes, we are very relieved. That was we didn't talk about it on the podcast at all, but we've been several months without worker insurance, so we're very happy to have made it past that and moving forward. But his new gig is down in Virginia, so sometimes he's going to go Monday, Wednesday, sometimes he's going to go Wednesday, Friday, and this week is Wednesday, Friday, and that means he's online. So yes, we are very happy. It is an awesome place that he's working. We were very familiar actually with the company, and it's another education company we like a lot. So yay. But I'm sure that my bandwidth is just getting sucked up.
The dog. Honey.
No, Erica, everybody else can hear you. It's me.
Yeah.
It's my end.
Okay.
I'm the one who's being kept away from you.
Come here, honey. No, over here, silly.
And it's 2:26 anyway, so.
Honey, come here. Come here. But, yeah, whoa, wait a second. Okay.
But if you don't look at me, I can't read your lips.
Honey, a dog. Honey, come here. Honey, come. She's standing on the windowsill looking out the front window. Honey.
All right.
You dummy.
Let me try.
Jingle dog. Yeah, that's
Ooh, AT has sent a photo that might make you happier about the doggy destruction. And thank you, Vicky. Oh, wait.
Come here, baby. Ow! Come here. Oh, he's that puppy.
Yay, puppy doggy.
Come here. Oh, he's a puppy. He's a puppy. There's a puppy. That's my puppy. He's my puppy.
Oh, sweet baby.
He's a puppy.
Oh.
She's just so excited that you're letting.
And she loves her mom. All right. Well, I've had to actually turn the volume down because it was starting to get louder and louder on my end. So rather than risk my hearing, I'm going to cut you short because it's all about me.
Yes. Special snowflake. And yes, Tara, she is small for a pity. She's about a year old and she's only 35. She's not going to get as big as our last one that was 68 pounds, but she was also overweight. But so yeah.
So she's only, I was reading your lips, she's only about halfway to her full growth.
She's not going to get big. She's the runt, so she's going to stay fairly small, which
That's just
is
fine.
really cool. She's a terrific size right now. So we would not mind if she doesn't get big. Jenna was really big. Jenna was 68 pounds. But she still thought she was a lap dog and a puppy and all that. So Honey actually fits on the lap. And no, kind of, she does fit. Right, she might top out at 45 pounds at the most.
Wow.
And she's a bed hog. I've posted many pictures online of her on the bed, squishing me and stuff. So, but I will save your ears.
All right.
We can cut it.
I know. Thank you. So everyone, we have a crafty chat next week, and then we're off for the holidays. So we will be back to see you then. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This Friday, next Friday. Oh, on the 13th, we'll start the 12 days of CraftLit again, so that the Christmas audio will come back out on the stream. So if you're on the app, those will pop up to the top again. And they will not repost to the website. They'll just be on the feed. So you can get them on the website just by searching craftlit.com for Christmas, and all of the Christmas audio, including Christmas Carol, will pop up. Or you can catch 12 Days of CraftLit on the regular app, or at iTunes, or any place, Stitcher, any place where it streams to. And I was hoping to add a story or two, because I was able to listen to what people really liked, and I think there were a couple other Reginald stories, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that. I'm stuck in a lesson planning gig that turned out to be a lot harder than we thought it was going to be. So, and I'm already about 2 weeks behind, which is not good, because I don't know when I'm going to make it up, but such is life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's what
all
happens.
right.
Bills. What is it with bills?
Yeah. Imagine that.
Annoying things.
I know. I just told somebody something that I couldn't purchase something today, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta pay the mortgage. So yeah.
All right. Well, say hello to the family, and hello to. I keep looking at the chat window like you guys can look back at me and we can see each other, which is ridiculous. But bye. I'm looking at the chat window. We'll see you next week.
So long, farewell. Our feeders saying goodbye.
That I can read. And on that note, have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Bye.